Hello, everybody, and welcome to Red 2 Chatter, the show about everything Star Wars. And we, yesterday, got back from... actually, I'm Dallin, that's Jay, and that's Ryan. But we, yesterday, got back from Chicago, from going to the Star Wars Celebration 2019. As you can see, I have it on my sleeve there, which is pretty cool. And I got a new shirt, which is pretty sweet. He got a new shirt too.
I think I walked out of Star Wars Celebration 2019 with like 6 new shirts.
Yeah, just I needed more Star Wars shirts. I think I got 3 or 4.
Which is like, just what I need.
I think I only got 2. But I got lots of socks. I did get lots of socks.
I got 3 pairs of socks.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really liked it. This was actually better than the 40th celebration. In my opinion.
As a whole, I would agree.
Yeah.
Like, just the organization of it was like night and day difference. I would say the facility, I prefer the Orlando. Everything's just a little bit easier to navigate.
Yes.
Chicago's a little bit more spread out and had things going on everywhere. But as an overall, from an organizational standpoint and from just not having to stand in lines to stand in another line to stand in another line.
Yeah.
Way, way better.
Yeah.
I mean, truly, when you think about it, we only stood in 2 lines, really. And that was for the show store, and that was to get our swag after some of the panels.
Yes. Yeah.
When you really think of it, that's the only lines we really stood in. For any amount of time.
Big line, yeah.
I mean, if you were one of those people that needed to be in the front row, then you stood in more lines, but I'm not the person who needs to be in the front row.
Yeah, no.
Actually, we prefer to be in the back where we can see everything.
Yeah. It's okay. We don't need to see Warwick Davis up close. We can just see him off the TV screen, you know.
It's close enough.
Yeah. But there was a ton of stuff that came out.
It was just go day by day sort of. What we did each day.
Yeah. So we went a total of 4 days.
Yeah.
We didn't go the 5th day because there wasn't really anything that was really interesting going on the
They were
5th
just doing
day.
the 20th anniversary of Phantom Menace was the big panel.
Yeah.
The other things were just smaller stuff.
And the announcement of when the next celebration is and where it is.
But so Thursday was, I like how they did this too. The very first day there were no panels. There were 3 panels, but they were like ones for children to keep them entertained.
Yeah.
So that was great because then we just hit the vendor hall floor. A lot of people hit the store
that day,
and that line was ridiculous that day. So we didn't stand in it that day. We let everybody else go do their shopping first, and we went in another day.
Yeah.
Day 2. So all we did is went to the vendor hall floor, and we're just looking at what the vendors were offering up.
Had for sale.
Yep.
It was really cool though. I actually really liked the vendor hall. I don't know, for some reason to me it felt like though there was less in the vendor hall than there was in Orlando.
I think there was more individual vendors
and
less big ones, like
less big corporations.
Right. There was no
sideshow
presence and
taking up giant sections. There was big corporations that were taking up giant swaths.
The biggest ones were Lego,
Funko,
and Hasbro. I think those are the big 3 that were
the
around.
Kotobukiya had a huge little booth in there as well.
Yeah.
What one had the Slave One?
Which one?
The ones that was more like, kind of like what Sideshow or Hot Toys.
Yeah, Kotobukiya.
Is that what it was?
Kotobukiya. Yeah, Kotobukiya. Okay.
Yeah, they had a decent size.
And Gentle Giant didn't have near as big of a booth as they have in past years.
Yeah.
Just in the Orlando one. The Orlando one was huge, and this one wasn't as big. I don't think the space was smaller.
No, I think there were, in my opinion, I think there was more like independent, just people that
selling the vintage stuff.
Yeah, selling their own stuff that they've collected over the years or whatever. There seemed to be more of those stores or those kind of vendors at this one than there were in Orlando.
Yes. Yeah, I think so too.
Because I was able to look at a lot more action figures and just general stuff that you can buy over the
Collectibles,
last,
right. Yeah.
40 years of Star Wars.
Yeah.
There's a lot more of those kind of vendors there.
Yeah.
Than there were in Orlando.
Yeah.
And I did like the fact that the food court was elevated too, because you got
Yes.
like a really unique perspective from up there, just looking down.
Oh yeah, all the people.
on the crowds. Yeah.
Food
That was
court
kinda
lines were pretty ridiculous.
Yeah,
though.
if you did buy food there, then that was the third longest line you stood in.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't nearly as bad as like the show
Fourth was the men's restroom.
store line. The men's restroom was pretty long.
Well,
luckily I didn't need to go any time that I
We don't need to get into it, but there's ridiculous how many like actual
stalls.
stalls there were in each bathroom is inside the giant.
2 urinals.
Yeah,
and
that was a downer.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like
that
For the
was,
size of area it was.
Why you have such small bathrooms? The
Yeah.
bathrooms should have been bigger.
yeah.
But that's
The convention place.
whoever designed
The
it.
convention center's
Stupid.
fault.
But on day one, I definitely spent the most money.
Yeah.
Maybe day two with the show store.
Yeah, mine was probably days 2 with the store.
Because I did walk out of there with quite a bit of stuff from the show store.
Yeah.
Not nearly as much as I could have, but which is okay. I didn't spend that much. Probably equal
Yeah.
for day
yeah.
one to day two. But anyway, let's just move on to day two. Unless you guys want anything else from day one?
Well, day two, we went through the show store, and I never got to see the episode 9 trailer.
Well, we
on the
didn't.
big
We didn't
screen.
win the lottery to go to episode
So
9.
No.
So that's why we decided in the morning
We'll
just go to the show store
because everybody else is waiting.
going to be inside the episode
the-
9.
Trying to get to
panel.
the episode 9 panel.
Yeah.
And we were right. The line was pretty short. We
And
were
it was
able to get
moving
through-
fairly quick.
We were able to get through it pretty fast.
Yeah. We didn't get any swag from that. They sold episode 9 like hats and beanies. Or
Yeah,
they
they
gave
gave
away.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
not
was-
sold.
But
Gave
what-
away.
After looking at those, though, I saw people wearing them. I'm like, I could just have somebody at an embroidery place.
Yeah,
embroider
just
my
make
own
that for me, yeah.
Because all it was just the
Roman numerals.
Roman numeral 9.
1X. Yeah, the IX.
What, in gold?
In
Or
gold.
Yeah.
And that
And
was it.
How hard would
on a
that be?
black
Just,
beanie.
how hard would that be just to go to a store and have them
Embroider that
embroider
for
that
me.
for me?
Yeah,
on a beanie.
yeah.
So I wasn't too impressed with that giveaway.
No. But,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was pretty cool, though, for them to see it on the big screen with the whole,
Yeah, we
think-
had to watch it on the screen that was in the vendor hall. Jay
And
and I did.
No, I didn't get to see it because everyone was too tall and I couldn't see past them. And, I couldn't even hear what was going on.
You couldn't hear it.
You couldn't hear it.
So we had to go back to our hotel room and watch it. And I guess we could give our thoughts on the trailer,
Right.
like...
But
when-
the energy and even on the show floor was pretty cool.
Yeah.
There was a lot of people just
yeah.
standing around watching
No.
and cheering, and yeah.
Yeah.
We'll give our opinion on that after we're done with going through what we did
Okay.
at Celebration.
The next thing that we went to was the Galaxy's Edge.
This was day 3,
Yes.
Saturday.
Was it? Was it day 3?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first panel of the day, because then
Oh, yeah.
we needed to stay in there so we could see Fallen Order.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So, we went to Galaxy's Edge. I'm so excited for that. It looks so good. It looks like so much fun.
I just know it's going to be so packed and just full of people,
I
but
know. But
which is going to take away a little bit from the experience, but it's still going to be
yeah,
fun.
yeah. You have to be like one of those. I would love to be like one of those billionaires who can just rent out a park for a day.
Right, and I'm a person. I'm a type of person. I don't mind crowds, big crowds.
Yeah.
I can just work my way through a ton of people. It doesn't bother me. Others it affects more, but still, it's just gonna be so packed in there.
Yeah.
There's gonna be so, especially the first few years. Maybe it'll lighten up after a while. I
Yeah.
doubt it.
I doubt it.
No.
I'm certainly not. Well, certainly not gonna go there next year. If I go to the celebration next year,
Yeah.
I probably won't even go near the park.
No,
You
because
know.
you know how many people are going to be there for Celebration, and let's go to the park one day.
Yeah, because
Oh my goodness, yeah,
Right.
you don't want to be anywhere near that Galaxy's Edge in Anaheim in 2020
no,
around
Unless you want to be
Around
trampled
celebration.
on.
around Celebration time.
Unless you want to be trampled on and touching elbows with every single person that
Yeah.
you walk by. Yeah, so we're definitely going to wait
But yeah,
for a while.
It was still pretty cool though. They had they showed you the ride, there's only 2 rides that they have so far for it. As far as I know, the Millennium Falcon, then something else. I can't even remember what something else is because there's so much stuff given out.
Yeah.
Told to us at
Well, it's the one where
Celebration.
it's the one that's where you're like a person, but you get like taken by the First Order.
Yeah,
to
you join the Resistance and then you
Right.
get kidnapped by the First Order.
Yeah,
And you have to
get
escape
taken
it.
prison by the.
My only thing with that is, like, what if I want to join the First Order? Can I? Like, that'd be cool to have that choice. Be like, hey, actually, I want to join your side anyway, so can you give me, like, a helmet and we'll go out? You know?
And the Millennium Falcon ride looks kind of interesting just because it's... I'm guessing it's not... You know, they have the big Millennium Falcon. That's not the ride. I think that's just something you can go through and look at it. And
I think the cockpit
see how it's cool.
is the ride.
No, I don't even think that is. I bet you it's a total separate building where you can go... They can stick... You know, there's probably 20 of those cockpits, and they're just virtual reality, and you just stick people into them.
Ah, yeah, probably.
Because the Millennium Falcon itself's not big enough to do that.
Right, and it doesn't...
Yeah, it has to be some kind of, like, maybe the building that's right next to it. Like, there's a tunnel into that building, and then
you might go through, and that might be part of the line is going through the Millennium Falcon. I hope not. I hope the Millennium Falcon's just something you can go into
and walk
around in, and then, you know, look at all of it, take pictures and stuff, and then leave it. And then I'm guessing that the actual ride is in an actual building where they have a bunch of rooms.
Because
there's probably like 20 or 30 of them where they have the exact same ride going on at the same time.
That doesn't make much sense, though, because the whole thing is, like, after you're done with the ride, depending on how well you do, you walk back through the Millennium Falcon, and it's completely different.
Right, it's like either
but
tattered and destroyed,
I don't think it's
pristine.
that actual Millennium Falcon that's there. Because, you know, if you only have one, if you only go 6 people at a time on a ride that's going to take, you're not going to get anybody.
3 minutes.
You're not going to get anybody through it.
Yeah.
There's no way. It's just going to be the hallway's probably going to be all virtual, and with like screens, and that's what the hallway looks like after you guys did yours. When you're exiting, that's what it looks like.
Okay.
And when you're entering, it's pristine, and when you exit, it looks like if it got damaged because you got shot too many times. And it's messed up. I just don't see how they're going to send... If there's only 6 people, because that's what it looks like. Right. There's 2 pilots, 2 gunners, and 2 engineers.
9. Right now you have 6.
6.
Yeah, 6.
2 pilots, 2 gunners, 2 engineers. There's 6 people per ride. You can't have just 6 people in that big giant Millennium Falcon at a time.
Yeah.
You're going to get nobody to go through it. And people are just going to be pissed.
Yeah.
So there's got to be a big giant room somewhere where they funnel... Like, you get in line, I want to be a pilot line, and then there's like the engineer line, and see those ones, everybody's gonna be in the damn pilot one, so I would rather be the gunner or the engineer, because you're gonna be able to get in faster.
I bet they just take like groups, like how many is in your group?
6, yeah.
Like 4,
next
okay,
6
we need
people,
2 more, right?
And whoever gets in first, they're the pilots, and the or whatever they want. I'd probably take gunner, because you're probably more interactive and you actually shoot stuff, but...
I mean, pilot, they said that wherever you steer is going to be where it goes. So it's like going to be like a full-on, fully controllable video game, essentially. Which is pretty cool.
So I'm guessing that that's all going to be in a separate spot, not actually where the Millennium Falcon itself is. We'll see.
Yeah.
I have no clue.
I mean,
I'm just guessing, because you got to be able to put more than 6 people in through at a time. You got to be putting in, you know...
Yeah,
you got to
6 times 4, 24 people.
Not more.
30.
It kind of
reminds me of 30
me
or 40 people at every 5 minutes or every 3 minutes. Got to be getting shoved through that thing. Otherwise, the line's going to be ridiculous, and you'll never actually. People are just going to be pissed off.
I think it's taking a lot of the ride itself. I think it's taking a lot of inspiration from this one game that you can find in like a Dave and Buster's, because I went to a Dave and Buster's once. And it was there, but it's basically where you get to fly a actual X-wing, and it's like virtual reality and stuff, and you have to shoot. You have to actually like aim and shoot and stuff like that. And it looked very similar to that. So if it's anything like that, but with like 6 people
and actual movements.
Yeah, the whole thing. I'm feeling the whole cockpit.
It's
going to move around as
based on the pilot.
Force it down, you're going to crud, and go up.
Yeah.
And it'll be
based on the. Better hope you have a smooth pilot.
Or somebody's
engineers are going to be thrown up.
Yeah, they're going to be puking on the back of the pilot's head. But so there was that. There was. They were going to have all kinds of like interactive interactive stuff like around the park where you can
with
use
an
your
app
on your phone and you
Yeah.
can go and try to make, like people will be on the Imperial side and people will be on the
resistance side, and you have to like capture bases.
You have to
and,
try to capture all the enough areas for your team to win and stuff.
Yeah.
and that's
Then
pretty
there was
cool.
the other ride that you guys said, like where you get captured by the resistance.
by the-
I don't know
or
how that one's
captured
gonna
by the
actually,
first order.
first order. I don't know how that one's actually going to work. I mean,
Yeah, I don't know. That one's gonna be interesting.
But then they're
maybe
gonna
like
have-
an escape room. That'd be kind of cool.
yeah, I don't
I
know.
have no
Like if
idea.
they did like a Star Wars themed escape room, that would be cool.
Then there's
That
going to
would be
be
really cool.
all kinds of vendors.
There's gonna be there's gonna be food,
You can get
drinks.
you can get your blue milk
uh,
and your green milk.
Yeah, I'm sure alcoholic beverages
Yes, this
as
is
well.
this is where the cantina is going to
yep,
actually have the alcoholic
with
beverages.
live music from like a droid DJ, which is pretty cool. And then you have also, like a place where you can go to if you like acquire enough credits or whatever. You can go to this guy who sells like a whole bunch of stuff, and you can like buy like I guess artifacts from him and stuff like that. Like
Some of it sounds like it's going to be pretty rare. I mean, like if you're willing to spend big bucks, a lot of
Yeah, and you're
money.
gonna have to like barter with him. He's the
Thorian guy, yeah.
Thorian guy, yeah.
And then there's like a place where you can design your own lightsaber.
So they're gonna have like, I'm guessing, this is just a guess, because they said you could build one of your own, and it's gonna be
Completely
unique to you,
unique, yeah.
probably to you, because there's so many parts.
Right.
Yeah,
So you get to choose from, I don't know how many parts, hundreds.
Like the
Who
length
knows?
of tube you want, and
And
like
the-
parts that screw on the ends,
Yeah,
and then the
yeah.
part that maybe screw into that piece, that screws
Then
into
whatever
this
color
piece.
lightsaber the
Right.
light is that you want to
Yeah.
put on it. So
Different style buttons.
who knows what that's going to cost? But
Yeah.
it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
You go in there and actually pick and choose your own
special
lightsaber.
lightsaber.
That'd be cool.
And they also have some beverages, other beverages, which we actually got some swag for. So they did a
Well, they're the Disney theme parks and Coca-Cola team up right
Yeah.
now. So Coca-Cola is coming out with some new
Coca-Cola inspired Star Wars drinks.
Well, they're not inspired. They're just
yeah.
the shape of the bottles are
Yes.
inspired by Star
And
Wars,
the-
but they're
and the
just
text.
Coke and Diet Coke and Sprite. And
Yeah.
the same.
And the
stuff you get
Arabish
now.
text.
And the Arabish
And Dasani.
text. Yeah,
And
the
Dasani.
Dasani.
Yeah, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool shirt. We got that. Unfortunately, they only had extra larges.
Yeah.
So this is gonna drown me, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, that
nevertheless.
was the giveaway from that panel,
Yeah,
so it's cool.
yeah, it's pretty cool. So the next panel after
But they're
that,
the
yeah,
the bottles look kind of like
thermal detonators.
So they're round.
Yeah,
So people are just going to be buying those, and of course they're going to keep them. A lot of people will keep them just as
yeah, and then like the Dasani drinks look like actual like military cantinas, right? Like
Yeah,
they got
like-
the tall,
yeah.
long, lanky thing to them. So it's really cool. I'm definitely gonna pick me up one when we go. Pick me up a bottle, because I like the look of the bottles. Honestly, is what I really like.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. It's like,
Yeah.
Okay.
I think they're also glass.
I don't know.
I don't know if it'll be glass, probably
or
plastic.
plastic.
Well, I guess
I don't
it's
know the
plastic.
ones that they had.
Well, those ones
they
might be
looked-
the prototypes.
yeah,
and
they
they're-
looked
they were
pretty
glass.
weighty. It didn't look like. I was expecting one of them to crack them open and take a drink,
Right.
but that didn't happen.
Yeah, so if Dallin can find pictures, I'm sure somebody's got pictures out there of them already. So
They're
he can post them so you guys can
you
see
could
what they
just
look
put
like.
them up here. But they're really cool looking. Very, very excited for that. And that was basically it for the
No,
Galaxy's Edge.
Galaxy's
panel.
Galaxy's
Edge.
Edge panel,
Yeah. And then
not that day though. 'cause
No, no,
then
no.
we went.
then we went and we looked at Jedi Fallen Order.
Yes.
Was after that, and I am extremely, extremely excited for this game. It looks so good, and we got a poster for
Here.
going into it.
Let's pull it out of the plastic so it's not all shiny.
Oh yeah, we got a poster for going to it, and we got a pin
Yeah.
and a Xbox One,
So hold it up while you talk.
an Xbox One like free, 1 month free trial to Xbox Gold.
Right.
Yeah.
And what do you guys think of the game? Like, from just the trailer that we saw, we didn't see any gameplay, but we did see a trailer, which is out there right now if you guys want to go check it out. What did you guys think of it? Like the story of it.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
I just, during the panel, one of the biggest, cheers was for the
no
no
microtransactions.
Like,
the crowd was like, oh.
Right.
They were all excited there was going to be no microtransactions.
Prior to seeing the trailer, that was probably the biggest
Which,
cheer. Once we saw the trailer, then there was plenty of big cheers and a lot of energy in there.
Yeah.
But the story and the way it looks, it looks really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully they can, the gameplay will live up to what we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
I'm really, because they were saying that it's going to be very kind of almost, it's going to be easy. Well, if you choose the difficulty easy. But they said that it was, if you can have to also master the combat and master it and make it where even through the hardest difficulty you can get through it. Which I'll probably play it on the hardest difficulty since they said, it's easy for people to pick up and play. I'll probably play it on hard or something just to give me a bit more of a challenge.
I did like that they said it was smart combat. It's not just
button
smashing.
It's not Dynasty Warriors
right.
level of stuff. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I of course hope that it's not just here you go. Here's your 5-hour campaign, and then here's a whole bunch of DLCs for it to actually extend the campaign for it further. I really hope that's not the case, because that isn't really considered microtransactions. That's more considered, paid DLC. So they can EA can find a loophole, through that. But I hope that it's a full 12-hour campaign, which is kind of the norm for games to do. Is 12 hours. And yeah, I hope that it has a lot of fun to it. One thing that I kind of hope that it has is collectibles throughout it. Stuff that you can scan maybe and learn more about, and a codex or something like that. That'd be cool. And I heard from an article that the combat, how they're going with smart combat, is kind of more like a Dark Souls Bloodborne type thing, where you have to time your attacks, and you have to kind of be more strategic in how you fight, and use weak points and stuff like that, and use vulnerabilities and find those vulnerabilities and stuff. But with the story, I'm really interested in the main character Cal, because he's a surviving Padawan from the Order 66. I'm guessing his master's dead.
Yeah.
Most likely. But he finds a new master, but he said, the actor said that the relationship between those two is not your typical master and Padawan relationship. It's more of I guess more of a more aggressive type? I don't know. He didn't really elaborate on that.
Right.
Of course, for not giving away spoilers.
They won't give too much away.
They also had talks about the lightsaber and how it looks old and kind of beat up, it's seen a lot of action. So yeah, I'm really excited to see where this game goes. And it's coming out near my birthday too, so
mid-November.
Yeah, so
a lot of stuff's coming out in November.
Yeah.
November and December is gonna be crazy for Star Wars.
Yeah. I also like the droid that they introduced, BD-1. He's a cute little droid.
They kind of described him as a dog.
Yeah, a loyal
dog.
Yeah, pet thing, and apparently he's supposed to be the light that kind of shines through with Cal. So I'm guessing there's gonna be a lot of relationship between you and your droid. You're gonna really feel connected to him, which that's pretty fun. And also, all the people who are on that panel, all the developers and stuff, seem like really cool people.
Right,
they knew what they were talking about,
right.
and they had a passion for it and everything like that. And I like the actor who plays as the main character. So I'm super excited for it. And I think that was about it for day 2.
Yeah,
I do believe.
Yeah. Yep.
No, day 3. Was it? No, that was day 2. Yeah, that was day 2. Day 3 is when stuff starts getting really interesting.
We're to Saturday now.
Yes.
So this didn't happen until Sunday.
No, the Fallen Order and stuff was Saturday.
Oh, okay.
That was
So
day 3.
So this is day.
Yeah,
This is day 4.
Day 4 was
Yeah.
with
Yeah, day 2 is just we didn't go to any panels.
no, because we didn't get into the
Right.
premiere.
Yeah, we kind of ended
the
early on that one.
Premiere.
Yeah.
The trailer.
Yeah.
We didn't get into the episode 9 trailer
Right.
panel, so
Yeah. So we kind of ended early on day 2. And then that was day 3 was with Jedi Fallen Order and
Galaxy's Edge.
yep,
Galaxy's
that's his
Edge. So now we're on the
Sunday.
last day.
Last day that we went, Sunday. We didn't go Monday.
No, we didn't go Monday.
I had to travel.
Yeah. And we went in. I don't know how much we can say about this. Like
We can talk all we want, but we can't show.
we
them.
can't show any footage.
Like we don't have any,
No, we don't
yeah,
have
no,
any
we don't
shows.
have any.
and you might be able to find some pirated
Pirated
stuff.
stuff
because
online, but
we
yeah.
were nice and obeyed their orders of not freaking
Taking pictures,
Taking
or
pictures
filming.
or film.
Or filming it.
So we went in to the Mandalorian.
We don't want to give away too many spoilers
No.
about it, but
the Mandalorian panel,
Here, let me open it up.
and man, it looks so good. Like I cannot wait until this the trailer that they showed off actually gets released to the world. You know, like worldwide release trailer, because we got to see it beforehand.
I bet what we finally get to see that everybody else gets to see, we'll get to see almost everything we saw, but even more. Like,
Yes.
and I think there'll be some things that are left out that are just for us.
Yes.
Like that we saw that nobody else will see.
Yeah, and we got to see an exclusive sneak peek,
Of the first.
which that's probably
Little
not going to
bit.
come out for a while.
The
Sneak peek.
all the behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah,
No,
we
but-
got we got a lot of behind
No,
the
the
scenes.
sneak peek.
No, the sneak peek where
Where
they-
it showed
Oh,
a full-on
the
scene.
full scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 7 minute or so that we got to
Yeah.
see, like
Yeah.
congruent.
Yeah,
scene.
like the first
Yeah.
episode, I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's the first
it-
episode.
Yeah, nobody else will get to see that but us.
Yeah.
Unless you watch some pirated footage.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
But Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni just gave so much, like, in that panel. They just gave 3 exclusive videos that we got to see: the behind the scenes one, the sneak peek, and the trailer.
Right.
And I guess we can just talk about, like, what we thought of them. So
Yeah.
we'll go with you two, and you guys can talk about, what you guys thought of just the overall thing that they did.
Well, okay. Well, it was pretty cool. Is when Filoni and Favreau, then they brought out the 3 main actors that are in it too, and it's what's the guy's name?
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, the MMA
Gina Carano.
and then
Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers. Everybody knows it's Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
And, it's funny when he came out, everybody just started chanting Apollo, and he's like,
I love you, and I love you, and I love you.
Yeah, that's
yeah. It was pretty
But then,
good.
then everybody was talking about it's just to listen to, you could tell that maybe Pablo Pascal, because of Game of Thrones, he kind of knows. I don't know if he's ever been to a Game of Thrones panel where there's a lot. Probably at friggin'
Yeah, who knows?
at a Comic-Con maybe.
Yeah.
But you could tell that Gina and Carl Weathers didn't realize how big of a deal this was, that they were in this Mandalorian
Yeah.
show, because they were just in awe of the size of the crowds and the amount of people and how crazy the whole thing was. 'Cause
Right.
we were in an arena with where they could seat 7,000 people, and it was full of people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they just didn't. You could tell Carl Weathers because of some things he said. He's like, I didn't think it would be this. He's like, this is just the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Of the amount of people that were there and are so passionate
Right,
about
and they're only
Star
seeing the
Wars.
people that are in the main arena, not the people in
The
watching on
satellite
the show
rooms.
floor and
satellite rooms and home
Yeah.
on their apps and
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It was,
Yeah, he just got put into a whole nother level where he's gonna you probably got hounded a little bit because of Rocky. You will get people asking you for your autograph way more because of Star Wars.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You'll be recognized and friggin', hey, whatever his character. I don't know what his character's name is.
Grief something.
Yeah.
Grief Kargra, I think his name is. Yeah. Kargra or Kagra or something like that.
Yeah, Karga.
So,
yeah, Karga. I think it is Karga. Yeah.
Yeah, so he'll be getting a lot of more attention.
Yeah.
From being in Star Wars.
Yeah.
Than being anything he's ever been in before.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this whole Disney Plus show just looks just great. I mean, it's just going to be so good. I mean, one of the first things out of Favreau and Filoni's mouth is like, there's a lot of stuff in here that's geared towards the original trilogy.
Trilogies. The people that love the original trilogy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But there's also enough to bring in new fans and the people from the prequels and the new movies too.
Yeah.
But it's mainly,
This
but
is
just the way they went about producing it and,
just the time period too, though.
Well, yeah.
It's right after Empire Strikes Back.
5 years.
Return of the
Jedi.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi.
It's like 5 years after Return of the Jedi. But just the way they went back to more practical effects and, they showed that little clip of how they, filmed the ship flying by and how they added all the different pieces to it with each...
Yeah, they wanted to do old school,
all computer generated,
right? And then
stuff.
And how when they started to do this, people who work at ILM started overhearing about how they were going to go about filming this.
That was funny,
and they were just coming in
well, they were talking
coming out of the woodwork hey, I can do this for you. I can do this.
Well, they were talking.
I'm going to build this thing for you in my garage.
They did that teleconference with them, and I thought there was just going to be 1 or 2 people in the room from ILM. And there's a whole bunch of people, and they're the word got out that we're going to do some more of this old school, more model. There's guys in their garages on their freaking CNC machines and their 3D printers making stuff to make models of the ships. Instead of just going into a computer and there it is, it's all computerized.
Yeah.
So making physical models.
Literally, some of the old school guys from back in the day were coming out of the woodwork.
Who worked with George Lucas.
Yeah.
On
all the original
4 and 5 and 6.
With ILM. So just that part of it, just is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Just showing how labor intensive it was to shoot all that. They even had to make a special camera mount so they could do the flybys and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, and they said they just
crazy.
had a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, the ILM guys were just geeking out over getting to do old school type stuff.
Another super cool thing was they needed a whole bunch of stormtroopers for a particular scene they shot. They didn't have on hand enough stormtrooper armor. So what they do, they called up the 501st and got a bunch of those guys who are just cosplayers down, and
they didn't tell them what it was.
They're in the show.
They didn't tell them what they needed.
No, but they all showed up.
They all showed up.
Yeah,
had their stuff, and it's just
yep.
Okay, we need you guys in this scene. What? Okay.
Right now,
and how professional they were.
Yeah, they said they were super professional and okay, just lead me where I need to go, and I'll go. And I guess that's honestly, if I was on set for a Star Wars thing, I wouldn't want to mess it up either. I want to freaking be as professional as I can and be all right, just lead me where to go, tell me what to do.
Well, acting like stormtroopers.
The people in the 501st know what they're doing. When they're in costume, when they're in character, they are that character they play.
Yeah.
They act like a
stormtrooper. They march like a group of stormtroopers or whatever. So that was pretty cool. Those people were totally excited.
Yeah, they even know how to hold their guns.
They didn't have to tell them how to hold their guns correctly. They could hold them correctly, all kinds of stuff. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, like Gina Carano said, some of their
armor
is probably better than the stuff that they already had. So
that they had
more accurate.
Yeah.
Because what they do, they just go down to the finest details, the guys in the 501st. I mean, it's hard to get into that.
Yeah, you have to put in time, effort. There's a lot of...
And you have to be approved. You just don't, build a suit and
go, I'm in the 501st now. No, you have to...
pass a application process and all that stuff. So
you have to go do charity work. You have to do a lot of stuff to stay in it.
Yeah.
You can't just, I'm in it now I can just do whatever I want. No, you got to go... When they call you up, you better show up to at least a certain amount of things each year to do charity work or to do events or to do whatever.
Yeah, so that was really cool that they were able to get some of the guys from the 501st who are now in a actual Star Wars production.
Talk about bragging rights in the 501st if you were some of those people that probably lived in California where they shot it. So
wherever
those people were, they were.
Well, now their uniforms are movie props now. I mean, they're like legitimate movie props.
Yep.
Yeah. And
I'm talking about bragging rights to the
television
501st,
props,
man. You'd be like, that's me right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bragging rights to the 501st.
I really like the story about how Pablo Pascal, how he got called up, and like he's like, all right, he went into Skywalker Ranch and there's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, and he's like, okay, which character you want me to play, like the bug guy or the stormtrooper or whatever? And he's like, no, we want you to be the Mandalorian.
You're gonna be the Mandalorian. He's like, oh.
And he like had to sit down. He's like, holy crap!
Right.
Like it was like, you know, his like dream come true basically.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it when they told him that. He's like, what?
Yeah, and you can just
He was just hoping to be a little tiny part in something Star Wars, and he got the main role.
You can just tell Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are just so excited to
Oh, they're so
this.
passionate about Star Wars.
Well, and just this series, they're so passionate about Mandalorians in general.
Yeah.
Because if you look at how much time and effort Dave Filoni put into the Mandalorians, especially in like the Clone Wars and the and Rebel series, you know he loves the Mandalorians to death. And Jon Favreau wanted to play a Mandalorian in Pre Vizsla. He got to play as Pre Vizsla.
Yeah, do the voice of Pre Vizsla.
And do his voice. So of course, he's now into it as well. And
when they would just sit there and talk. Him and Filoni, I guess, would just talk on the set of Rebels, or it's not really a set, but when he would come in and do his voice acting in the studio, and so they'd talk about it and just like, what's the history about it, and coming up with ideas about what the Mandalorian history and how it all looked and everything. And then Favreau started writing 4 years ago, The Mandalorian, because he wanted, and then he pitched it
to Kathleen Kennedy.
They had to tweak it like a few times to get it the way they wanted it, but he came up with it on his own because he just wanted to do something with the Mandalorians.
Yeah.
Or about a Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like, I kind of hope that that's the case, is that they just call him the Mandalorian.
I hope we never learn his name.
I don't want to know his name. I want
at least not throughout the first season.
Yeah.
I think he's just known as the Mandalorian. That's what I want to happen anyway.
That's also one of the reasons why I kind of, because throughout the whole thing, he never takes off his helmet.
And I hope,
I kind of hope that he doesn't.
Right.
Like,
as I thought about it more,
yeah.
I hope he never takes his helmet off.
Yeah.
Or if
he's
he
like
does,
almost like a Boba Fett type character.
If he does, he takes it off, but you never see his face.
Yeah,
it's just him in
behind
his home or wherever he lives, his ship or something.
From behind his head.
Yeah, just back, and he puts his helmet down, and you see him from behind, but you never see his face.
And it's
which would suck for Pascal.
But no, he gets to do the voice and actually gets to be in the suit and walk around.
I don't think he would care.
Yeah,
people still know who he is.
Yeah, and like we saw so much in that panel, but they said you only saw like freaking 1/100th of what we have. Like basically, you only see a fraction.
It's a 12 episode or 8 episodes.
Yeah,
and they're probably about an hour each.
Yep.
So that right there's 8 hours of content, and we saw 7 minutes, so we didn't even see a fraction.
Yeah.
Of what there is.
Yeah, so like we barely saw anything.
Yeah, and then the sneak peek, we got to basically see how he's
just sort of kicks off, really.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is, pretty much.
That might be just the first scene.
Yeah, it may not be the very first, but like towards the beginning of the very first episode, basically you see him go in and he's looking to get work from
Carl Weathers'
character, and he's like, "Yeah, I've got a bail jumper, and then he said something else with another guy.
And he's like, "Well, which one pays the most?"
Oh yeah. Mandalorian's like, "Which one pays the most?"
He's like, "This one's $5,000."
Yeah,
he's like, that wouldn't cover the cost of gas or fuel.
And he's like, "Fine, I'll take all of them." And he's like, "No, you can't do that
because he's got other people in his guild."
He has other bounty hunters that want to take those as well.
Yeah, want jobs as well. And he's like the guy that kind of dishes out the jobs.
Yeah.
Then he tells him about a special
one that has some kind of chip.
Off the books, yeah.
Yeah, and he needs some kind of chip or something.
Yeah, he gives him a card.
Yeah.
And that opens that door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he meets this old guy.
Must give him, because I don't think you see that whole scene. You just see kind of part of that scene. That tells him where he's going. So he goes and puts that in, and when the door opens up, there's stormtroopers standing in there and this guy, and they're no clue who they are. They don't say.
Doctor runs out, And basically, the guy says like he needs to go kill somebody.
No,
he needs to go bring him back.
the
alive.
doctor wants him alive.
But yeah, the old guy is like, yeah, we don't mind.
Yeah, if you
Just
can't
means
get him
we get
alive,
less money for.
he's getting less money if he's dead.
Yeah.
The doctor guy was kind of pissed about that, but
Like that wasn't the deal.
Yeah, but we have no idea who that is that they're talking about.
No.
Or anything like that. So it
so
really brings up some good mystery as to what's gonna happen, you know.
Right. I mean,
and how the what is the girl's name?
Gina
Carano's character gets roped into it. You know,
yeah,
to
and
see
Carl
how
Weathers gonna get roped more into it too. I think, so.
And also, you know, like that couldn't even be the full crew.
One of the coolest shots though is seeing the IG droid.
Oh yeah, an IG
shooting
model droid spinning.
Yeah.
Then we see like a bug guy flying the Mandalorian ship at one point, so I'm guessing he's gonna be part of the crew as well.
Like he's the bug droid, you know the droid they have?
Oh yeah,
it's kind of like the chrome bug looking droid,
like the big Star Destroyer droid. I think.
Yeah,
the chrome one.
Yeah. Those ones. Yeah, the little protocol droids. Yeah, that walk around the Death Star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what that one was.
Yeah.
But yeah, they showed us so much, I can't even remember it all.
Yeah, no. It was just so crazy. And I love the look of the Mandalorian's armor. He looks like a medieval knight. He's got the cape, like that's made out of fur, going down his one shoulder, and then he's got like silver, bronze, gold armor on. Yeah, it looks
very
so
desert type material.
Yeah,
like
tans and
browns and bronzes.
Yeah, he looks really cool.
Yeah, and he's got like a silver trim around his visor, which is really cool.
I think it's just gonna like sort of resemble like those classic spaghetti westerns and
well, that's what they said.
That feel we're gonna get.
They pulled their inspiration from
was Clint Eastwood,
right.
Yeah, because that's who.
Like when
Pascal
took inspiration from for the Mandalorian.
Was being like a Clint Eastwood western.
Right,
character.
sort of like when the Mandalorian walks into like a cantina or something, and people like turn to look to see who came in. They're like, uh-oh.
Their heads go back down the way they're doing.
If they're wanted, they're like trying to escape out the back door.
Yeah. And
type feel.
He also has the Boba Fett, or like what Boba Fett had in the Christmas special. He had the shocker little electrocute
some sort
fork
of like rifle
thing. Yeah. A rifle that looks like a
fork.
fork.
We showed that picture of that before the prom.
Yeah. It looks really good though, like in action. I'm very excited for that. And then after that, we sat through the guy who plays Alan Tudyk's thing, panel that he had with a little interview with Warwick Davis.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, he played K2SO.
Yeah, K2SO.
He did the voice, and he actually was on stilts and had the like grippy arms and stuff. He was actually on set all the time, playing the character.
And he was a very funny guy. I actually really enjoyed his little interview.
The best part was when they were stacking the cups. Though,
yeah.
With the little cheesy, like plasticky, grippy hands.
Yeah.
See who, because Warwick Davis is like, I've used something similar to that when I played Marvin on Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy when he was a robot. He was in there and he had similar things. So they had a competition to see who was the better at using the little crappy plastic hands that you could grab their stack of cups. It was pretty funny.
It was pretty good. And then after
but then he was talking about
how
the Cassian Andor
series
will probably be out in 2021.
Yeah.
On Disney Plus.
Yeah.
He's looking forward to doing that.
And we got like a little spoof.
Yeah.
Just teaser trailer. Where it's just K2SO playing with dolls. With stormtrooper dolls.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
He's like, I got some footage. And they showed it, and everybody's like, all excited. Then they're all just laughing.
Yeah,
it was just a spoof.
Yeah. And then after that, we got probably the most impressive panel, and it was the last panel that we went to as well.
Yeah.
It is the Clone Wars Season 7 panel, which I think really struck a chord with all three of us. because we
really looking forward to that.
We love
or to that show.
Yeah, we love Clone Wars.
Yeah,
so much. Like it's actually my favorite Star Wars media out there of all time. Like it's gonna take a lot for anything to beat Clone Wars in my mind, because it's just something. I grew up with it. For one, I watched it on Cartoon Network when it first came out. Granted, it came out late night, so like I had school and I couldn't watch it. And that was before we had like DVRs and crap like that. So I couldn't watch all of it. But then we got the box set, and I watched the crap out of it. It came on Netflix. I watched all of that, and it's so good. The amount of storytelling that it has is just amazing. And it really is awesome to see how much stuff they could fit in between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. Because there's just so much that happened between those two movies that you never got to saw.
I mean, really, the Clone Wars is what Attack of the Clones should have been, but they couldn't do it because there's way
not
too
time
much
to do it.
Yeah, you can't put all that stuff into that story. That's why that movie really falls kind of flat.
Yeah.
Because you don't tell the story that people want.
Yes.
Right.
But the Clone Wars came and cleaned that up. Mm-hmm. It told the story that everybody wanted, that they wanted the Attack of the Clones to be. Yeah. This one, the Clone Wars, is that. And that's why it's so much better than the Clone Wars.
And we got
the Attack of the Clones.
We got tons of sneak peeks.
Floaty throughout three, I think.
Yeah, 3 sneak peeks. Then... Well, actually, no, I think he threw out 4 because he added one that was not fully rendered, where he showed like the test footage of it, and then it was in the trailer that he showed, I think. Yeah. I do believe.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think he showed 4 sneak peeks in total.
Well, three sneak peeks and then the trailer.
Yeah, and then the trailer, yeah.
The trailer had some of the sneak peek stuff in it.
Yes. And, it's out there right now. Go watch the trailer. But, man, it looks so good.
And
it looks so good.
The animation looks just a little bit cleaned up, but not so different that it will like take you out.
Yeah,
of it,
no. Like
out of it.
The only thing that's really, really changed is Anakin. He's got like different hair.
His hair's longer.
Yeah, his hair's longer than usual. But
time has passed.
Yeah.
Because Ahsoka's older too.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Yeah. And it looks so good. They basically polished it up as to have better facial animations, so better facial expressions in their characters. And like even from this poster you can tell like how much they worked on it. Because like just the curve of her eyebrows and the look on her face, it's very complex and definitely not something you would see in Clone Wars episode or season 1. You know. And that's one thing that I really like about the series is that the animation gets better and better throughout the seasons, which it's a very subtle change, but you can definitely see it throughout the seasons, is that it gets better and better.
And apparently we're going to see the best, according to Dave Filoni, the best lightsaber battle ever in Star Wars. And it's between Ahsoka
and Darth Maul.
And Maul, yeah.
And Ray Park did the
motion capture
for Darth Maul.
And
that, I just can't wait to see that, because that's going to look
Because Filoni's like, you could do it in a computer, but it's not the same. Right. That guy it's an art
There's no artistry to it.
There's no artistry to it. But what he does is art.
Yes. Yeah.
So what Ray Park does is art.
Yeah.
So he had him come in and do all motion capture for all his fight scenes with Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I wonder who played Ahsoka, because he's fighting somebody. Wonder who they got to...
Who does the mocap for
motion
Ahsoka?
capture
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure we'll learn that eventually.
Yeah.
But it just looks so good. It's like ridiculous. It's just giving you chills. You're just like...
I got Jay tearing up.
Oh yeah, I teared up immediately when they showed the scene that always gets me teared up whenever I watch Clone Wars, which is Ahsoka leaving the Jedi Order.
Yeah.
That's how they sort of kicked off the whole thing, and then after that it was just emotion after emotion.
Yeah, especially when Rex's whole squad, she gets her own squadron.
Yeah, they have helmets that have her facial
patterns on
on
it,
Yeah,
and it's
the orange and the white.
yeah, and it's all blue on the back.
Yep.
It looks so good.
But I don't think she comes back into the Order. The Jedi Order. She's not back in the Jedi Order. She's just back in the fight.
Yeah, she's here to win the war and then leave. Basically, is her whole
Or try to.
Well,
win.
then
try to win the war.
Order 66 happens, and she has to
run away. Yeah.
flee and hide.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
even though
like,
she's
where,
not a
where
Jedi,
is
but-
she during Revenge of the
Yeah,
Sith?
she's a
That's
force
kind
user.
of the big question is where is she, like in Revenge of the Sith? And I'm assuming that this takes place before the Ahsoka novel because the Ahsoka novel she gets her white lightsabers.
Ahsoka
right?
novels after Order 66, so that's after Revenge of the Sith.
So you have to wonder like where is she during Revenge
I
of the
think
Sith?
we're gonna find out
Yeah,
in this series. I think
series might
this
explain
series
that.
is gonna be like right up to the end, like where you're gonna see Anakin and Obi-Wan are getting called back because they're attacking Coruscant,
Yeah,
and so that's where Return of the Sith takes off. You're gonna see that happen, I think, at the end of Clone Wars season 7,
And then you'll know where she went.
and then you'll know what she like. They sit
Send
because
her
she's not with the
somewhere
Jedi Order. She's just maybe helping the
somewhere else. She's helping
Republic.
the Republic somewhere else.
yeah,
fight somewhere else.
Yeah, and I think
and it could be the Mandalore
yeah.
is where she ends up at
Maybe, maybe that's where she's fighting Darth Maul while they're freaking fighting Grievous.
during the siege of Mandalore.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell
Or
that
killing Count Dooku.
this new season of Clone Wars and the Mandalore are intended for the adults of the Star Wars community. This ain't no Resistance, like you're not in Resistance territory, and with Disney Plus, coming out, and they don't really have the restrictions of the Cartoon Network anymore.
No.
So I think they could go really dark with this one, with this last season of Clone Wars, and I'm super excited to see that. And also we get to learn where Maul went, how he got dethroned from Mandalore because
We might see how Maul ends up
in Malachor, right? Yeah, because he was in Malachor, and also
because he's there after the Han Solo movie.
Yeah, that's
so
right.
we might see
where he
how he gets
to the Red Sun.
Yeah. Gets in charge of the Red Sun.
Yes.
I would love to see that if they show it.
Yes, that would be really cool.
We might get to see some of that, even though that takes way
Not the Red Sun,
after
that's something
Revenge
Dawn.
of the Sith.
Is it Red Dawn?
Oh, the Red Dawn, yeah, not the Red Sun.
Not Red Dawn. Something like that though. It's not Red Sun.
Is it the Red Dusk?
No, something Dawn. Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
Ah, so
It's something red and something to do with the sun. I don't know.
Red Dawn's a movie
It's
from
Red
the
something-
Dawn's Red Dawn's a movie from the 80s, but Crimson Dawn.
Crimson
Swayze.
Dawn, yeah.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze.
Yeah, he ain't no Patrick Swayze.
Charlie Sheen.
yeah.
Yeah, Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
I don't think we'll get to see any of that. We might get to see why because he's still going to be obsessed with finding Obi-Wan.
The
Well,
funny
yeah,
thing
because that's
is,
what they showed
I
a
was
scene
hoping
right
for
there.
Obi-Wan.
He's like, I was hoping for Obi-Wan. What are you doing
Yeah,
here?
no,
And
yeah.
then
He says, "I was hoping for Kenobi."
Kenobi. Yeah.
What? Why are you here? And then
Then start. They show the fighting between him and Ahsoka.
Yeah.
For just a split second.
Now, the last time that we saw Maul in the Clone Wars, though, is Palpatine comes and kills Savage,
Right.
and then he's just electrocuting Maul, and that was it, and it cut away. So we don't know what happened and why. Like I thought when I saw that, I thought, okay, he got dethroned from Mandalore. That's his time in Mandalore done. But apparently
He
not.
wasn't.
Apparently he's still in
I'm sure
charge
the
of
Emperor
Mandalore.
could find a way to use him in Mandalore.
Also, did you notice there was a concept art that they showed of Maul, and it showed a Mandalorian standing next to him with his spikes
Yeah.
on his
On
with
their
the
helmet?
Zabrak spikes on the helmet. So he obviously has his own squadron following him now, basically almost like a Mandalorian cult
Yeah.
going on. And then we also get to see the I forget what her name is, the orange-haired Mandalore. I forget what her name is.
Oh, the one that
Bo-Katan
Yeah.
the one that
from Rebels.
Yes.
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan, yeah.
is that the one? What's her name? Voices. The lady that plays.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of her name.
Crap. Reese, no. It's not Reese Witherspoon.
No.
Pat. What is it? Name?
Oh,
crap. I
whatever.
can't
Katie
remember.
Sackhoff?
Katie Sackhoff. There you go.
Yeah, voices.
The one that I wish played as Captain Marvel. But yeah, I'm very excited. Very, very excited for this.
For me, the Clone Wars panel was my favorite panel, followed closely
By
the
the
Mandalorian.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then followed
By
pretty close by what we saw.
Fallen Order.
We just weren't in the panel, so we just didn't get that same feeling we got from those two panels, Mandalorian and Clone
Oh,
Wars.
as you did for
As we did watching the trailer, and I mean it was awesome. Like, and I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
But you couldn't hear anything, and we had, we watched it twice out there, and you still couldn't hear much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you were in the panel, you might feel different. But yeah, the ones that got me were Mandalorian and Clone
man.
Wars. I'm looking forward to those.
We almost forgot to talk about the Clone Wars, the funny moment with Dave Filoni and his trust tree.
Oh,
Yeah.
that part was just funny because you could just
You had
tell
to be there for it.
Yes,
though.
you had
Yeah.
to be there because Filoni was just like so like embarrassed. He just wanted. You could tell he doesn't like crowds. He doesn't like
Being in the
attention-
spotlight,
Being in the
yeah.
spotlight anyway.
Right.
That's
likes-
who he is. Because during the Mandalorian, when Favreau was talking, he's sitting
He's
there,
doodling.
he's doodling on a piece of paper because he doesn't. He's looking down, so he doesn't have to look up at all the people that are in the room with him.
Just
Yeah.
nervous energy
nervous
has to
energy.
get out.
He's got to get out.
Yeah.
So he's like doodling, and even Pascal's like, "That's pretty." He's looking at
Yeah.
He's drawing a Mandalorian.
yeah, something cool
Right.
apparently, some sort of Mandalorian he was drawing. But yeah, they were just the voice actors were talking about how they got the news about what they were going to do.
Season
Wars.
The
7.
last, finish the Clone Wars. And
Yeah.
finish it the way it's supposed to be finished. And he's just over there pulling his cowboy hat down.
Yeah.
He's got his hand on his face. He's just like, "Oh my god,
Can't believe they're going
I can't
there.
believe they're talking about this. Could I just go home?"
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was pretty
it was hilarious.
Yeah,
So
to
I
be
was
there.
laughing.
Yeah.
If you were there, you'd been just laughing
Yeah.
your butt off because it was funny.
What are you gonna say, Jake?
Well, before we go into speculating about the
Episode
episode
9
9 trailer, this guy was approached by Wall Street Journal.
Oh
guy?
yeah. I was wearing our Red 2 Chatter
T-shirt.
t-shirt, and this guy comes up to me, and he's like, "Oh, what's your shirt?"
Yeah, what's
Yeah,
that
like,
about?
Yeah, well, like, what does your shirt mean? And I'm like, oh, it's it's Red 2 Chatter. It's a show about everything Star Wars. It's just a show. It's a little podcast that I do with
Yeah, like-
my brothers. And he's like, oh, well, I'm from the Wall Street Journal, and I'm doing a story on Star Wars and the divisiveness of it, of the fan base,
Yeah, how
because
that.
of Last Jedi.
Yeah, and it's basically how that affects
Disney.
how it affects Disney's business.
Yes.
Yeah, and how Disney's approaching
Approaching-
that
trying to-
divisiveness and what they're doing. Like, are they doing anything
To try to fix it,
to
or
mend it,
to
or-
mend it, or
right.
whatever.
So that,
And it's all, of course, Wall Street Journal is a business
yes.
publication?
the newspaper, so he's looking at it from the business side. So he started talking to us, and it was just Dallin and I at first.
Yeah.
we were talking to him about what he's just asking him, why is there so much like controversy out there right now? And basically, we just came down to it's mainly the movie The Last Jedi is what created a lot of it.
Yes.
There was some from The Force Awakens, just because you just redid
A New Hope.
A New
A New
Hope,
Hope.
right.
You just redid it, but with a female lead, and it was basically the same story, even though it's not.
No.
If you actually watch it, it's not.
No, it isn't.
But yeah, so we were just talking to him about that, and then like,
Eventually, we
This
get,
is right
we get
after-
into stuff that we don't really know much about, and we're like, okay, we need Jay.
we need Jay here because
So,
he
which-
does a lot more looking on like the posts that people do and following people
Yeah.
on, their podcasts and what they say about it, and that kind of stuff. Because he likes he watches like the Collider
And he's-
Jedi Collider guys.
He's just a
whatever they're
better
called.
conversationalist than
Yeah.
Ryan and I are.
Well, you follow this that kind
Yeah,
of stuff
yeah.
a little more than
Yeah.
we do.
Yeah,
I'm more the toy guy.
I'm the video
and
game guy.
the movie guy, where Jay doesn't mind looking at the social media type stuff that surrounds Star Wars, because he's the one that posts everything on our Facebook, so he reads all the articles and the stuff that kind of gets into why things are a little more divisive.
Yeah, I just
whatever.
like staying on top of the news, make sure I don't miss anything.
Yeah, and so
Even the smallest little
So
thing.
we finally let's go talk to our other brother. So we go out. We were in a panel actually. He was sitting in on a writers panel because he just wanted to see what it was about.
yeah,
And so he followed us out. We were just standing in the hallway. We talked to him for like a half hour.
We talked to him for so long. People thought we were starting a line.
We were starting a line.
Yeah.
People started lining up behind us. And like, we're
not in a line.
We're not doing anything. We're just standing here.
But we talked to him for about 45 minutes.
Total, you guys probably.
Total, yeah. With Jay, about a half hour. The rest, that's 45 minutes.
And it was just cool. It was one of the moments that it was just like, wow.
Yeah,
I can't believe it happened. Like, it felt like a dream at first. I'm like, really? Like, this guy wants to talk to us?
Right, we're just a little podunk, know nothing YouTube show.
So yeah,
we got 10 subscribers. We even told them like, dude, we don't have a big following.
Yeah,
like 10 subscribers, and that's it.
Like we don't do it to really make money off it.
No, we're not here to try to make money off of it. We do it because we love it. He's like, that's what I want though, is the people that absolutely love it. So we just talked to them about where, like the divisiveness
and just
the
sort
Star
of
Wars
like
fans. But we're also told like when you're at a celebration like this though, that divisiveness goes away.
It's in the
It's
background.
on social media where a lot of this crap comes up because people don't have to look at the face of the person who they're talking to. They can just say whatever, and it's on a computer screen. It makes a big difference.
It's easy to defend yourself when you can just walk away from your computer.
Yeah,
exactly. Just leave
or
it
not read it.
And like, I think
I'm done.
I think the three of us really gave him a lot of we gave him three very different perspectives.
Yeah,
because Jay likes
perspectives because first off, age difference.
Yes.
Between Jay and I and Dallin, there's 20 years there plus.
Yes.
So there's a gap there. So we had that perspective, and then there's Jay. Like Dallin was gonna say, go ahead, Dallin.
Well, Jay likes Last Jedi.
Right.
Ryan's
he did when he first saw it, though.
Yeah.
I didn't dislike it, though. I just wasn't sure where I watched.
He was confused by it.
Confused by it. There you go.
Ryan is kind of in the middle of the road.
Yeah, I'm still... Yeah.
It's got both feet on both sides.
I got one straddling the fence.
Yeah. And then you have me who, like, I don't hate it. I do not hate The Last Jedi. There are just some things that I really, really do not like about it. And they're just so prevalent to me that I just can't really overlook them. And it's hard for me to really get into it. Like, if I were to if you were to ask me, oh, which one would you rather watch, Revenge of the Sith or The Last Jedi? I'd pick Revenge of the Sith any day because at least I know
the only one I
won't be like, why are you doing this? Yeah. The only one that I would rather watch. I would watch Last Jedi 100 times before I'd watch Attack of the Clones again. That is not. It is not the worst Star Wars movie, not by a long shot. And people are like saying, "Oh, sequels are worse than the prequels." No, they're not. Like, the prequels had definite problems. Each series had its problems. Even the originals had a little bit of problems to them.
Well, yeah, because I always thought it was kind of goofy that the mighty Empire, you get beaten up by a bunch of little friggin' furry dudes with spears. Come on now.
Yeah.
But whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Or like there's an exhaust port that somehow sucks down a missile instead of doing its job and propelling the missile out of the exhaust port. But that's just whatever. And you can overlook those things, but I cannot it's the same thing with the Naboo scenes in the Attack of the Clones. I just cannot overlook the Canto Bight scenes. I can't. They're horrible. And so that's why I can't like it. But
the problem with it was it didn't go anywhere.
Yeah,
it had zero to do with the story at the end of the day. There was no reason for it.
Yeah, no.
Except for Finn to get onto the ship so he can fight Phasma, which I don't even know why there's so much animosity there. I guess there's a little bit of reason for it. She was mean to him, I guess, when he was a trooper. He threw her in a garbage compactor at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, he was a traitor. That was the biggest problem.
Yeah, the traitor for her. Phasma, I can see where she had the problem. Finn should have been like, this stupid chrome lady, who cares?
Yeah.
I have no beef with you.
Yeah.
Except for I just want to get away from you.
And so, I'm not going to be like one of those YouTubers who say it's the worst Star Wars movie. It's not. But we gave...
Or it needs to be stricken from canon and it needs to be redone.
Or it ruined the whole Star Wars franchise for me. No.
Yeah.
That is very ignorant.
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah, very
You know,
narrow-minded.
They're very
that is-
narrow-minded.
Yeah, very, very ignorant. And so, but we gave the guy three very different perspectives when it came to it. So I think we gave him a lot of material. And,
If he uses it, who knows?
Right.
If he
If he
does,
does,
though,
not a
well,
big
he's
deal.
supposed to call Jay when it's done. And I guess Jay will share the article on our Facebook page once
Yeah,
it comes
absolutely.
out.
If we're
Um,
mentioned in it,
If we're
or
mentioned it, or if it gets used, we
if
will.
we use any of our
I don't
stuff,
know, man.
'cause
He
had
had
no-
a whole freaking stack of paper like that.
Oh yeah,
that
he was
wrote
writing
on.
down a lot of notes.
Yeah,
a lot of
so-
shorthand notes.
I'm sure we'll get mentioned of
He
it.
took our names and everything, so
And our ages and
but it was just a cool experience.
it's cool. Yeah, something I was not expecting at all. Just because Dallin happened to be wearing his Red 2 Chatter shirt, the guy must have seen it when he was sitting down, and Dallin walked by him.
yeah. And the funny thing is that I think he walked by me when I was sitting down. I think he might have went around and like saw because I was in the back of the panel. We were in a Claudia Gray panel.
Yeah.
is the one that we were in. And
Which
I
is
was
an excellent panel.
oh yes, very good. And I was sitting in the back and like in the corner near the entrance, and I'm thinking he walked by, and I was kind of leaning forward, like doing this and like just listening. And he must have saw the back of my shirt, which kind of gives off the link and everything, what it's about and everything like that. So he must have saw that, and he's like, okay, I have to catch him after the panel. And then the funny thing is that I was standing in a corner with my arms folded, not looking very approachable, right? I'm looking for Jay and Mom because I'm looking for them. Ryan's standing right next to me. I'm looking for Jay and Mom because I'm waiting to get out of this room. And he approaches me, and we just strike up a conversation, and that's how it ended, I guess. Yeah, that's how it
It was
happened.
just a cool experience.
Yeah.
All right,
So now we can talk about episode 9.
the trailer.
Trailer.
Very interesting.
Well, first reaction was, man, as soon as we saw it, like when Ray flipped up over the TIE fighter,
Yeah.
just goosebumps, man. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
oh, what is this? What is it about? What's it mean?
Yeah. It is a really well put together little teaser.
Obviously, she either fixed Luke Skywalker's lightsaber or somehow made her own.
And I think we're gonna end up finding out that it's much longer than a year in between Last Jedi and this movie.
Think so?
I think so. I think we're gonna find out it's years have passed,
Yeah.
not just a year.
Okay.
Now,
I would-
whether that be 2 or whether that be 3 or 4, I don't.
No.
Who knows?
So,
But
yeah.
I think we're gonna find out it's a little bit bigger time gap than
everybody was thinking.
than everybody was speculating.
Yeah.
Because they never just blatantly came out and said it's 1 year.
No, they haven't. They never.
They just said it's more than.
more than a year. Yeah, that's all it is. Oh, so it's 1 year. No,
Right.
it's more than.
It can be any time between
could be
1
a year
year
and a
and
day.
5 years.
Yeah.
Right.
It
Yeah,
could be 5 years.
yeah.
It could be 10, it's not 10 years, but it's.
We look at the
3, 4,
time
3, 4
skips.
years.
So
And
I think
the
we're gonna end up
prequels.
finding out that it's been longer than.
I'm going to
just a year.
say 3 years.
Yeah, I'm not.
I'm going to say 3 years. Because 3 years would make sense. And it's just enough time for them to be in hiding to finally be, like, found out. And, like, maybe that's what's going on. Like, I think... Like, I don't know what the mission is. Like, they flew away from the salt planet. And
They set out the
From
call.
Crate.
Nobody responded.
Yeah.
And then where you go from
and
there?
they're now on the Millennium Falcon. Luke is dead. And, like... Now they're like literally the whole entire resistance is on the Millennium Falcon right now. Like that's the whole resistance is right there.
Yep.
So they're definitely the underdogs in this story. There is no way that like if they try to fight them right now, it's done. Like they're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
die.
why it can't be. It's got to be a while.
Yeah. So I think over that time they probably have been
Went
like,
into hiding,
gathering more members as well.
almost restarting the rebellion.
Yeah,
again.
basically. And, yeah, it's just, and I like, it's so weird because, the first scene is her jumping over Kylo Ren's, TIE fighter.
Well, we assume.
Hey.
People keep assuming
Hey,
it's.
TIE fighter.
People keep assuming it's Kylo Ren.
Well, the problem
it's got red on it, and it's kind of gray. It's not all black like his.
It's not the one from.
Yeah.
No,
it's not the same one from.
But it's
the Last Jedi.
But his is like extremely unique from everyone else's, so it's weird to see someone have the same exact model.
It's not the exact model, though. Look at it. It's not. That looks more like a TIE Interceptor, where Kylo Ren's had more elongated.
It's called a TIE silencer.
Yeah. So I don't think and it's all black.
But
so it's not the exact same ship. So everybody's just assuming it's Kylo Ren. It doesn't have to be him.
There has to be a reason, though, why it's not showing the face.
Because, it's just his gloves.
Yeah. It could be Hux, for all we know. Freaking crazed Hux out there in the desert. He's like, finally, I'm gonna kill this. And like, just, ah! It could be him just going crazy.
And why don't they shoot? That's the other reason.
Like, I was trying to look at it, and I was like, are the blasters broken? Like, because I was thinking, maybe that's him. Maybe, like, the first time he, charged.
Here's why they don't shoot.
Or is it just trading?
Because she'll just turn around and go like this.
Yeah.
And deflect those shots.
But not when she has her back to you.
Yeah, but
when fired.
Yeah, but when
But maybe she's already been doing that a long time, so now the guy's going to just try to run her over. Now she has, like, no other recourse. Except for to flip over.
At that point, just duck down and hold your lightsaber like this, and it will cut it in half.
She took alternate 2 to go after the top half of the ship.
I guess, yeah. But, how is charging at her any better? It's just going to get you killed faster.
Because she's already breathing hard.
Yeah.
She's already been doing something. Yeah, she's been fighting this guy for a while, maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking he's tried everything he has. Like, okay,
missiles.
I can't shoot her. She's
shooting,
just deflecting
lasers,
all the shots. Or whatever.
Torpedoes. Whatever he's got.
It's just training.
I don't think it's training.
You don't think it's training? I think it's training. I
don't think she would ignite her lightsaber in training. I don't think there'd be a need for it.
I mean, she ignited her lightsaber in training.
She was training with her lightsaber then.
I guess, yeah.
Well, maybe she's training with her lightsaber
again.
I don't.
Maybe it's just to get into the mood. I don't know.
It may not be Kylo Ren. I'll buy that part. But whoever's in is trying to kill her.
Okay, so here's the other one. She's breathing hard. So because she's been blocking lightsabers, why is her lightsaber on her friggin' hip then? It should be already.
She's been running.
she's been
running from so the guy hasn't been shooting blasters at her while she's running.
Has she just been toying with the guy the whole time?
See, I'm telling you, it's just training. It's nothing. It's absolutely nothing. It has nothing to do with anything except for just maybe training, and that's probably Poe.
All this talk over just one, the very first scene of the whole thing.
Telling you, it's training. I'm right. It's training.
It's Poe. What are they training for? I mean, what's the purpose of the training?
So
Tell me a purpose of the training.
She can hone her friggin' skills, her Jedi skills, and her lightsaber skills.
I mean, and risk killing her by running into her because she didn't flip high enough.
Yeah, that's brutal training.
That's called training. That's called training.
You get hurt in training, man.
You don't killed in that.
If you train or you don't, there's no risk of getting injured or hurt. It's not real training.
Now, here's another alternative that I might actually believe. Not training.
Not training. Okay.
Poe is flying the ship. Okay.
Okay.
She's been running away from something. She's gotten rid of whatever.
She's just flipping up to get onto the ship.
He is flying it, and she's flipping up to get on top of it, and then she sticks it in the top so she can hold on, and they fly off.
Okay.
But it's not training.
But the problem with that,
Poe's coming to get her.
The problem with that is when you stab a lightsaber into something, if you start to lose control, it's just going to pull right through whatever you stuck it in.
Yeah, she could just stab it in there and then hold on.
Yeah,
like as soon as she gets stabbed in, then hold on to something else.
Also, and why she's panicking? Did she just get done with a fight and
But she's just trying to time it.
Somebody else,
right? She's fighting somebody and just got rid of them, got rid of that threat.
Now Poe's coming to pick her up.
Right, and now she has to turn and run away from it so she can time her flip so she can get on top of it. If she just got done with
a fight, why would she have her? Why would she?
I buy that more than training.
Okay, I'll buy that one more than training.
Why would she have it sheathed though? If she just got done with a fight?
Because she's tired. I'm
kicked that guy's ass.
Now where's my
I just killed a bunch of guys. I could put it back down.
I just killed all those guys. Now where's my ride?
Oh, here it comes.
Here it comes. I gotta get the lightsaber ready.
See, now that's a bit weird.
Right on top.
Because she's not.
And then they fly away.
Oh wait, no, she has. Never mind. She has killed people. I was like, she hasn't killed a single person.
Well, she shot people with the Millennium Falcon.
Yeah, she killed plenty of people.
Praetorians.
Praetorians, guards, and she shot that one stormtrooper with the blaster. So she has killed people. Okay, so we get.
But I think
that consciousness is now out the window.
If
we can get
if it's
back.
not coloring and flying and trying to kill her, it's not training. I think it's more likely Poe's flying that ship
He's picking her
and
up.
going to pick her up. And she has
And he can't- he's
instead
gotta
of like
pick-
landing to
He's
pick
got
her up.
because there's too much threat around her. He's
Right.
got to pick her up quickly. I'll buy that.
Maybe some anti-air.
I just don't buy that it's Kylo Ren trying to run her over.
No.
He would face her face to face with his lightsaber.
Yeah, no.
He would land, get out, and come at her with his
Unless he's
lightsaber.
failed at that miserably in the
More
scenes
than once?
before.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
But I
because
don't- I don't
he's like
think so.
he's like, screw this, Luke freaking making a fool of me. Fire everything we have on that man. You know, like I mean that's what he tried to do at first though. Before he went down.
He did try to kill him.
Yeah, he did try to kill him with the AT-ATs. Just
Yeah, he wasn't going
get
to
outta
face
here.
him on his own.
Yeah.
He just kill him.
But
So-
I don't think he would do that to Rey.
But I-
No, I don't. I think he would want to look her
I
in
buy
the
it
eye
as more
and kill
Poe's
her.
coming to pick her up after a
the
fight.
trading? Okay, I'll buy
Then
that.
They're just out there in the desert training. Like, that doesn't make
Okay,
that
so
makes
next
less
scene
sense.
is.
That was 20 minutes on
Well,
the
let's see. What else do we see in like the trailer? We see like.
Well, we hear Luke's voice as well
Well, yes.
Yeah, he's talking to
talking
her.
to Ray there about
How
know,
you have like 1,000 Jedi's
1,000 generations.
generations
are
of
within you.
Yeah, of knowledge are within you.
Yep.
And
Now it's your fight.
yeah,
Blah blah blah.
blah blah blah.
And then we see a ship going into a planet, like flying down towards the planet with who knows what it is. Just a lot of like
I thought it was
darkness
underwater.
and lights, and
At first, I legit thought it was underwater,
it looks like the planet that Galen Erso was on in
where he gets killed.
Rogue One.
Rogue
Yeah,
One,
Rogue
but
One.
I doubt it's the same planet. But it looks like it's similar
Yeah,
in
probably
style.
not. But yeah,
That's really a non. That's
Yeah,
just like a
it's just a
scene.
little
There's not
establishing
much,
shot.
right? There's not much to really garner out of that.
we
scene.
also see Kylo Ren in some kind of red forest stabbing a resistance or a rebel
or somebody.
Somebody.
guy.
Yeah.
He's like, poof.
Maybe
he like
the
he
Knights
does a
of Ren
pretty
have
cool.
turned on him.
He does a pretty
No,
cool. Nah, it
see?
didn't look like Knights of Ren, but it looked like a pretty cool like move that he did. He
No.
like he got it with him his
See, my-
cross
the hilt,
guard.
yeah.
Yeah.
My theory on that one is, well, possibly, the reason the planet's red is because it's one of the moons of Yavin that's on the dark side.
Yeah.
The sun's not hitting it, so it's on the dark side facing the planet, and the planet's red, so it's casting a red
And
Glow.
it could be,
glow
Yeah.
into the forest.
Could be that.
I don't know.
but it
Maybe
could be anything.
It could be. Yeah, it could be anything. It could be there's a giant force fire over there somewhere too.
Right.
Like there's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, no. Or that could just be the natural
Or the sun
look
could just
of
be
the
setting.
or the,
Yeah,
of the
sun could be
sky.
setting. Yeah, that's what it
Or-
looks like when the sun sets on that planet.
Yeah, just
Or
gets
it
pink
could
and
just be
red.
the natural sky
Sky
of that
color.
planet. Yeah.
that's what
Just
the
red.
atmosphere allows it to
Uh-huh.
go through.
Yeah, kind of like Mars with
Well,
its orange.
Yeah,
Instead of
we have a-
reflecting blue, it
Yeah.
reflects red,
Yeah.
or reflects
Yeah.
color.
But
yeah, I didn't really take away much from
Much
that
from
scene, except
that
for it's a cool scene.
it is a He's like, boom.
Him using the cross guard
Yeah,
there's
as
like the
part
scene
of the
of-
weapon.
There's the scene of somebody fixing his helmet.
Yeah, it looked
something
like
with
droids.
Hairy, no, it's a hairy. If you look,
Oh,
there's
little
like really
hairy.
hairy hands.
a Wookiee.
Like
Is
they're
it a
kinda
Wookiee?
in there fixing it, so it's definitely not him fixing
Yeah.
it.
Well, he wouldn't fix his own. That's
Have
beneath,
somebody
that's
else
beneath
do.
him.
Yeah, no.
He can sit there and fix his own damn helmet. He's the
Yeah.
leader of the First Order.
Yeah. And, Supreme Leader.
Then we
Kylo
see the
Ren.
medal, I think, in somebody's hand, whether it be Rey's or Leia's.
Yeah, so it's
is,
either
yeah.
Luke's or it's Han's.
I thought I saw two. Maybe they're stacked on top of each other.
No, it's just one thick metal.
Is
I think
it?
it's just one.
Is it just one thick
I think so.
metal?
And then we see the embrace between
Leia and Rey.
Leia and Rey,
Which they look like they're on a foresty planet.
gives you the chill.
there. So that could be Yavin.
Yeah,
Right there that they're hugging at.
or it could be Endor.
Or it could be Endor. And then,
You see the little chase scene.
yeah, where they're getting shot at by, it looks like jet troopers because they have like little jetpacks.
Yeah, I watched a breakdown
Oh.
of it. One of them is has a jetpack, and another one is on a speeder of some sort, so
Okay.
like a speeder bike.
So maybe they're not even stormtroopers. They could be.
No, they look
They
like
are
First Order
stormtroopers?
troopers,
Okay.
like sand troopers, like they're on like we got the sand troopers in.
Well, they're
New
definitely on a
Hope.
sand planet because of
Yeah.
when you see Poe and those guys flying, they're on
Yeah.
a sand planet.
Yeah.
And then we see Poe and
on a skiff too. They're on a skiff.
they're on the skiff with C-3PO, and then we see Poe and Finn. Looks like Finn has Rey's
staff
in
in
that
his
short
hand.
shot where, like, Poe's up on the spot like that rocks.
And they're like looking up at something.
right there. They're looking at something. Maybe that's when like Ray is coming back to.
I like how Finn is just collecting things from his friends.
Right.
He's got Poe's jacket. And he's
Right.
got
just like a
he's
collector.
got freaking Rose's necklace. And he has
Ray's staff.
Ray's staff, and he's just collecting stuff from everyone else.
He just takes their stuff and makes it his.
Yeah, that's funny.
He doesn't have anything of his own because he was a
He's
trooper
yeah,
all his life. So
trooper.
he's collecting these little things.
Little mementos.
Yep.
And then you have the scene with, like, well, you have BB-8 and that other little droid that's like on a wheel.
Yeah.
The Dixie Cup.
Yeah, the Dixie Cup on a wheel.
It's kind of a stupid looking droid, but
It is a little bit.
whatever.
But and then you have
Depends on what its function or purpose is.
yeah, and then you have C-3PO, BB-8, that little Cuphead droid, Chewie, Poe, Finn, Ray.
We forgot one of the most important scenes.
All standing there looking at the
Yeah.
Death Star dish.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we forgot one of the most
Oh.
important scenes, and that was Lando
Lando
flying.
flying. the
Oh yeah,
moon.
with Chewie.
Yeah. That was a great scene.
Yes. Billy D.
But then,
Williams.
going back to the...
And then they see a big dish from the Death Star
I bet-
out in like the sea. It looks like.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's in like an ocean, like
Right, and then you get Luke's voice. It's like no one ever really...
Dies, and then you have Palpatine's laugh.
No one ever really goes...
no one's ever really gone.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah.
no one's ever really gone.
Then you have Palpatine's laugh.
Right. Which makes me think that it's the second Death Star that they
Yes.
see, and not the first Death
And
Star.
we had a theory because Endor has 9 moons.
9 moons.
Forest Moon of Endor is not the only one.
But the
could be an ocean moon.
Endor,
Yeah.
But Endor itself is a
Or an
gas
island
giant, so
moon
it's
of
not on
Endor.
Endor itself. But it
Yes.
definitely that dish definitely could have crash landed on one of the
Other moons.
other
Yes.
moons.
Yeah, Endor is actually like this really
And-
gross looking tan gas giant.
I do not believe we'll see Palpatine alive and well.
No.
No, I think
I
it
think
might
he just
be a
haunts that little...
holocron or
I
like
think-
a Sith ghost or something like that.
I think
Or his
just
presence-
like Bane in the Clone Wars, sort of haunts that little area.
See, now what I think would be kind of cool is because
Palpatine haunts that
Bane's-
piece of the dish. Like
Bane's
that's where,
Sith ghost.
That area of that planet.
where his like essence
This
went
is-
into.
yeah.
Now he just sort of
The
haunts
cool-
that area.
The cool
I'll
thing that they
buy
could do
that.
with that is, Bane's Sith ghost in the Clone Wars had armor. His armor was what, like, kind of formed around him, which I kind of like because the Jedi ghosts don't need anything material around them; they can just appear. But apparently, the Sith ghosts need something material
Yes.
to kind of come into the room. So I'm thinking what would be cool is if it's just his cloak, like floating.
I think it's just the Death Star. Like when he
Just the Death
evaporated,
Star?
when he went down there and you saw that energy come up,
Yeah.
his energy just permeated into the Death Star.
Death
and
Star, yeah.
a little piece of it's still in that dish or whatever's out there in that wreckage.
I like that theory. That's a good theory.
Yeah.
That's my theory.
I think it would be his cloak. His like
And maybe
And that
Rey
would-
could hear him when she
Right,
gets close
you'd
enough
have
to
to
it.
Well,
Or even
yeah.
Kylo.
Right.
Anybody that's force sensitive will be able to hear him. If
He
you
would
get
be able
close
to
enough.
do you think
communicate.
it's like maybe a race to get to that? Maybe? Like a race to get to that. Maybe there's something very important on that
Maybe.
dish that they need.
Either that or
both
that's
sides
just
need.
like towards the end. That's where they chased
But I-
Kylo Ren too.
I think
Yeah.
that's why
Maybe that's where he put up his base.
when Kylo was talking to his grandfather in the Darth Vader helmet, what was left of the evil Anakin is still in that helmet.
Yes.
He can talk, so he can
And
talk
he's
to
like
him. He
haunted
can
that, like right there's like
communicate
a
to him.
right,
There's a little bit of communication there.
and I think
That'd be
that's what's
interesting.
happened to the Emperor is like he's in
Yeah.
And, why,
within that
and if you went to Endor,
of the Death Star.
the Force Moon of Endor to get the helmet, the dish is right over there on another planet, more than likely.
Or another
Maybe,
moon.
in our theory,
Another moon.
Right.
another
Yeah.
moon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
So I
why
don't-
would he know it was? He would know it was there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, Vader probably could tell him.
I
The
mean,
dark side of
why
Vader.
would you go to that? Like when what you're looking for is the Vader stuff. Like, oh, I found it here. No, you wouldn't go explore that moon
Yeah.
Except for,
for wreckage. Or
well,
anything.
except for the Death Star was there. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe there was something there to be seen. I don't know, to look at.
Yeah. It's crazy though.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
It looks good.
Now, what about the title?
I wasn't a big fan of
No.
that. I mean, it
It's a
doesn't
bit
bother
lame,
me, but the
it's-
Rise of
Theories?
Skywalker.
Theories about what it
What it
implies. No,
I don't really like the title, but
I like the poet the poetic side of it, where we have the 3 movies that end the series: Revenge of the Sith, Return, and Rise. So we have like we have like a Revenge, and they're on ours.
Unfortunately, Jay's theory of Rey as Luke Skywalker's daughter is back in play.
I don't
know this title, but I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so either. But it's still there's still a thread out there that you can hold on to.
Yeah. Now it could be like
you could still have one finger on the cliff.
It's the rise of him because he's a Skywalker.
True.
I think at the end of this movie,
he's more a Solo than he's a Skywalker.
And
he's actually 3. He's a Solo, Organa, and a Skywalker.
Rey doesn't know her last name, so she's just going to take on the mantle of Skywalker herself.
Yeah.
And then when she starts to train other students, it will no longer be known as the Jedi. They'll be the Skywalkers. And she'll be training them in going away from the Jedi.
The rise of the Skywalker.
Right. Yeah, the rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, could be
interesting.
That's an interesting take.
There was one thing that we missed.
Jedi Order, but just called the Skywalker Order.
There was one thing that we missed that Jay caught, which was the little spaceship that's going down to that like night planet or whatever with all the lights. Is very similar to the one that Rey saw in her vision of like of her parents leaving, or whatever. It's like very similar to that. So
yeah, it's a similar class ship.
Yeah, so might be something. might be something. But yeah, like I like it. I like the trailer. The name is a little bit, but
we're just waiting for the people to be out there going, how come J.J. Abrams just didn't do all 3 movies? You know they're gonna get that.
Yeah, especially if it's like well received.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
If it's done.
If it's well received, the immediate reaction would be like, well, why didn't JJ just do all 3 of them?
And you know what? I'll be probably one of those people. It's like,
yeah. It's like, why didn't
you just keep the continuity of the same director? Because once
Rian Johnson
finished his, the guy that was supposed to do the 3rd one dropped out because he's like, well, everything he did just screwed up what I would have done.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
What you should have done was just keep the freaking writers.
Or that's the other thing. Yeah. You can have different directors, but the writers have got to be the same people.
Yeah. Otherwise, you run into continuity errors like no other. And, like, that was a big problem. Because the original trilogy had the same writers. The prequel trilogy had the same writers.
And director.
So,
not director for the final 3, the first 3. Lucas did...
but in the prequels, the same director.
Yeah. All 3 of them.
Yeah, I don't get why they didn't do it for the sequel. Like, you should have kept, you could have Rian Johnson as the director, just get that pen out of his hand and give it to someone who wrote the
Force Awakens.
Because they know where they were going to take it. And all of a sudden, it just totally flipped to something totally different when someone else takes over.
Yeah, and it's just,
your continuity goes away.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, just a mistake, I guess.
Yeah, learn from Lucasfilms. Don't do it again.
Don't do it again. But yeah, I'm excited for it, and I guess that's about it to really talk about.
Yeah.
Except for they're gonna have Star Wars Celebration in Anaheim
next year,
2020.
Not a fan of that city, but
well, you guys are probably going to Ireland anyway.
Yeah, I'll probably be in Ireland.
Yeah,
that one. Well,
depends.
We'll see.
Yeah, depends. Because next year?
Yeah.
Like that must be something.
Right. Right, because I swear
they said it was going to be every
other year.
Every other year is after.
They made that promise.
Orlando.
Yeah, after Orlando
on the 40th, and then they instantly broke it.
So now you're trying to
there's going to be some huge announcement.
Why are they going to do it in 2020? What's the announcement? There's no movie coming out in 2020.
Right, and I heard a little interesting thing earlier today as I was watching, because I can't get enough of Star Wars, so what do I do when I get home from a Star Wars convention? I watch more Star Wars. But anyway, there was a little thing going around that the Benioff and Weiss movies that they're working on is also going to be in conjunction with what Rian Johnson is working on. Now, whether or not Benioff and Weiss, because they're only going to produce and write the thing.
Yes.
They're not directing. They're going to get other directors. So maybe they're going to get Rian Johnson to come in and direct at least one of them or whatever.
Yeah.
And then, because I know that they're going to want to pull in a bunch of people who directed some of the Game of Thrones episodes, just because that's who they know and they know what they're
they
doing.
trust them.
Yeah, they trust them.
they know what that they can. Their communication will be good because they know what to expect and
Yeah.
all
That
that stuff.
director
But
knows
I
what
just
to
heard a little
expect.
thing that there's it might be more of a collaboration between Ryan Johnson and Benioff and Weiss,
That'd be kinda-
and set
That's kind of a
Old Republic era, but I don't know that they're going to call it Old Republic.
yeah.
But just
It's gonna be
Before-
set in
way
90s.
before
before the
Clone
pre-
Wars.
Right before the prequels.
Yeah, way before Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
What I would kind of like to see. Well, okay, here's kind of what I would like to see. If they're gonna go with the Old Republic, what would be really interesting, especially if they're working in conjunction with each other. If Ryan Johnson is making a series in the Old Republic, and those guys are making a series in the Old Republic, and both of them are going to be trilogies, right? That's
That's the rumor.
the rumor. What would be kind of interesting, and this would be kind of hard to do, but it would be so original and it'd be kind of groundbreaking. It'd be almost like a MCU type of thing, right? You have one side, maybe the Ryan Johnson side, can be taking place from the perspective of Jedi, right? The Jedi, that's his bread and butter or whatever. That's what his
The
trilogy
light side of the
is
Force.
about.
Light side of the
Is
Force.
the light side of Force. The other guys make one about the dark side of the Force, and each trilogy kind of happen at the same time, and you kind of like go throughout it, and like
But it's totally from the
Yeah.
dark side of the Force.
yeah, it's
side.
from that perspective. Someone from New York is trying to call me. I don't know you, but yeah, like, and that would be groundbreaking. That would be something completely so unique.
Well,
unheard of.
definitely doing it from the dark side, because nothing has
Yeah.
ever been done from the dark side.
But also, like,
Perspective, fully.
you know, like,
fully.
just imagine this though, like Ryan Johnson trilogy. Say something happens in the first movie, okay, and then they do their first movie as well. Then the events of that first movie suddenly tie in to the second movie of their trilogy, and then like it's like cause and effect throughout each trilogy, and they're both happening at the same time, but maybe the main characters of each trilogy never meet. That'd be kind of cool.
The only way you could do
be
that is
honest.
if the same people write all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
you're gonna
you
get
just have really good communication.
Otherwise, you're
between-
going to get the exact same problem that they have right now
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
what happened with The Last Jedi. And I have a feeling this next movie, The Rise of Skywalker, you're almost just going to be like The Last Jedi almost didn't really happen, except for all the resistant people died.
Yeah.
Except for there's no
And
resistance anymore.
there's no
yeah, there's no
Phasma.
really resistance.
And there's no Snoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, and Kylo's leading.
Leader.
I still think that there's going to, Kylo is going to be the main threat in this movie. I just don't believe it, but we'll see.
Yeah.
But I'm sure we've been talking for over an hour.
Probably.
What's funny
Wrap it up.
What's funny is we could have talked for even longer, because
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff we didn't even really
Touch on.
touch on. That's all right.
Oh well. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this episode.
73, 74,
Is this 75?
75, so whatever.
I don't know.
So one of
70
those
70
three.
something-ish.
70 something ish.
Mid 70s.
Yeah. And I hope that you guys enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you guys enjoyed. Jay, where can people find you on Facebook and Instagram?
Look for us over at Red2 Chatter on Facebook, and I'm really going to start kicking off. Instagram's really being stupid right now. Like, I hate having to have two profiles on there, but that's neither here nor there. I wish you could just have a secondary profile underneath your regular profile, but whatever. But you can catch me over at, you can look for us at Red2 Chatter on Instagram as well, and I'll start posting more frequently over there. And you can find my personal page at J Wilson by Design, where I have posted some pictures from Celebration.
You can find me on YouTube as well under Glitterix. I just do a little gaming channel over there. And then as soon as that Jedi Fallen Order is coming out, man, we're doing a playthrough on it. So get ready for that.
That'll be sweet.
Yeah. And that's about it, really. I just have some Detroit Become Human. Yakuza 5 is on the way. I already finished Detroit Become Human, so I'm just finishing up uploading all that. And yeah, also, last episode of Spider-Man came out, so go check that out. And yeah, that's about it. And so yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!
Later.